McDonald's has been losing money as of late. Yes, the burger giant is on shaky ground. Now, what could possibly bring down the golden arches? Well, for that answer, we turn to our friends over at Fox and Friends.
The Golden Arches reporting a 30% drop in quarterly profits.
Why? Well, it turns out workers' wages might be to blame. Joining us right now, I'm Maria Bartiromo from Fox Business, getting set to do her show right at 9 a.m.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Problem at McDonald's, Maria?
Well, the issue really is this is the implication of raising the minimum wage for certain companies. I mean, something's got to give. The money comes from somewhere. So at some point, a company will say, okay, we have a higher expense base because we're raising the minimum wage. We've got to do something somewhere else. In this case, they're going to automation. They're changing certain jobs to computers.
So it's really biting them in the tail. They were complaining, saying we want more money, and as a result, McDonald's saying, hey, we're gonna lose some of you guys. We're gonna replace you with machines.
Because the fact is it's not just about $10 an hour. It's about $10 an hour plus a benefit package. You know, benefit, vacation, and of course we know the expense of Obamacare. As a result, companies have to do something.
Well, ultimately, though, McDonald's could, you know, I know that the unions would like to see $15 per hour for employees, and the guy who runs it says, I'm okay with $10 an hour. But ultimately, what it comes down to is if there's only a certain, you know, pot of gold, they're going to have to raise prices.
Exactly.
And that's not why you go to McDonald's to pay a lot for a hamburger.
That's the thing. Something's got to give somewhere. So it's either fewer workers, it's either automation, it's either more part-time workers relative to full-time, or it's raising prices. Somebody has to pay for it.
I knew it. It's those damn hamburglers living it up with their high wages and lavish benefit packages, while the corporate bosses struggle. At least if that's what's going on if you live in the fantasy world of Fox News. You know that minimum wage hike that they're blaming for the drop in McDonald's profits? Yeah, that actually never happened. The real reason McDonald's is losing money is because of increased competition. Yes, competition from places like Chipotle's. You don't believe me? How about we listen to that socialist union thug, McDonald's CEO Don Thompson. Quote, one of its biggest challenges in the U.S. is long-held perceptions about the freshness and quality of its ingredients. The chain has been fighting to boost sales as people gravitate towards foods they feel are more wholesome. As a result, people have been gravitating to places like Chipotle, which markets its ingredients as being of superior quality. As for the minimum wage, McDonald's will be fine if the minimum wage goes to $10.10 per hour. So it's not as if McDonald's is losing money because they actually pay their workers, which they're actually not because they're still making somewhere around minimum wage. It's that their food really doesn't qualify as food and people don't want to eat it. Thoughts?
I think it's like, of course, it has to be the guy at the bottom. It's not the fact that there's been this documentary called Fast Food Nation. It's also a novel that's spearheaded the whole anti-fast food movement. It's not the fact that Americans are being very, very conscious of the amount of energy that it takes to raise these cows, to kill and make burgers. Of course, it has to be the people who are at the bottom, slaving away, dealing with McDonald's bullshit. They're the ones that are at fault. It's ridiculous to even think of something like that. And of course, you know, Fox News, they hate anybody who's not a multi-billionaire in the first place, so you can't really expect anything honorable from them.
Okay, so about the Americans being more concerned about like movies and books like Fast Food Nation, I don't really know if that's the case, but what the McDonald's CEO said in particular about Chipotle and a lot of these other fast casual restaurants like Panera Bread, Cadobo, insert other restaurant name because I don't know many of them. Like that is a huge factor, and like it seems like it's more high quality food and it's cheap-ish and you get it pretty quickly like you would at McDonald's. So every advantage that McDonald's had in just its speed seems to be like being overrun by companies like Chipotle, which is ironic because McDonald's is a company that helped Chipotle spread all around the nation before they parted ways. So ha 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 ha. About what the Fox News people said about industries adding more automation to offset labor costs. That's always a thing that's going to happen. And it's something that we always argue about when we talk about the minimum wage. But McDonald's biggest problem is Chipotle, and Chipotle will actually be hit more by the minimum wage increase than McDonald's. So in this weird line of thinking, it would actually be better for McDonald's if the wage went up because they're a bigger company and they could better apportion costs. So, yay, Chipotle, in conclusion.
But I think that, I mean, with the raise, Chipotle is kind of seen as a healthier alternative to McDonald's. So in areas like, I mean, there are areas that do force companies to raise their minimum wage, Seattle, for instance. But I think that knowing that you have a company that's going to pay you better will encourage you to want to take that job in the first place. It encourages people to work. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever worked in a food service industry, but sometimes the food you're making is the only food that you can eat at the time. So you're spending a lot of money there. You're bringing a lot of people in. It may, in the short run, hurt Chipotle to raise minimum wage for them because they're smaller, but it brings somewhat of a better attraction to that company if they know that, or if people who are conscious about the thing know that, okay, they're also paying their people very good wages. That means maybe my food will be made with love or something crazy like that. And plus it's a healthier option than the McNugget that's probably not even real meat.
Yeah, and Chipotle has avocados, so those are superfoods and obviously healthier. And to your point, I think In-N-Out Burger, which qualifies as a fast casual, pays their employees better because they want to get higher quality like employees. So it could work for Chipotle, and like I don't see, unless the prices significantly increase, a big decrease in Chipotle's fan base or customer base. So it could end up working for them, but on paper, McDonald's is better suited to absorb that increase.
All right, can we get to Tom? Tom, what's your take on this?
I'm surprised nobody mentioned the excuse me, the attack on Obamacare there too. I mean, I know it's about the minimum wage, but everything. They also a little veiled attack on Obamacare, and I'm kind of disappointed in Fox News. They didn't take the opportunity to blame Michelle Obama for her, healthy eating thing too. They're not on a good ball here. It's this class warfare thing which they like to trot out, and it's all your fault because you're poor. You're just not working hard enough. We've heard that all before, but I think they're losing their edge. They could have gone harder on Obamacare and the First Lady. What's up with that?
If you're gonna make something up, if you're gonna make up the fact the point, or the talking point of it's the minimum wage going up, which it actually didn't. That's been driving down McDonald's profits. You would at least think that they would go all out and be like, it's also Obamacare.
Well, I mean, it was there, but I mean that wasn't the argument. It was, oh well, these people, who these people think they are? They want this. This is my crappy English accent here that nobody really wants to see, by the way. But who do these people think they are? They want this whole thing with the minimum wage and higher wages. And no, get back to the salt mine. Go work harder. I'm just, I don't know. This argument with them making it, I always get disturbed when people who make more than regular folk make this bad argument, and it's Fox News. I mean, really? We know their playbook at this point, and it's I don't know.
It's tired and overused, and they're, once again, it just, making things up, kind of their thing, and
yeah,
it's predictable now. Like we all kind of knew this was, like we all knew that this was bullshit watching it. Like they could actually have pointed towards, I mean they did, but they also didn't even use a real scenario. I think that what they did was set up a straw man argument and tried to pass it off as true.
I know why McDonald's is less profitable.
Why is that, Sean?
Ebola.